Hello and welcome to Move or Improve. I'm Debbie Miller, host, and I wanted to talk today, continue my discussion on Florida, but I'm going at it from a different angle. I've done many podcasts covering various parts of the country that are popular for retirement with baby boomers, like Las Vegas and New Mexico, Arizona, North and South Carolina, Virginia, and I've talked about areas on the Gulf side of Florida. Today I want to talk about places on the Atlantic coast side of Florida that you may want to explore. And if you want to review the Gulf side, you can listen to the podcast I did on April 12th, Florida, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which kind of talks about the whole state. Or you can listen to my May 11th podcast on moving to Tampa, or my May 25th on moving to Sarasota. So you'll be immersed in Florida, and you'll either love it or hate it. You may want to continue to just visit. But let's talk about the Atlantic coast today. If something interests you, just send me an email, and I'll put you in touch with someone in that location who can help you. Move or improve with Debbie at gmail.com, or you can visit my website at www.boomerhousingoptions.com. I'm talking mostly about active adult communities in this podcast, but there's other options to consider as well. I've discussed master plan communities versus active adult communities in previous podcasts, and we've talked about whether you should rent or buy, so there's a lot to think about. But obviously, because it's Florida, there'll be a myriad of options for you to consider. Take your time before you visit any of them. Make a list of what you do and don't want in a community. Many of them offer the same amenities, but you want to talk to the residents to see what they like and don't like or wish they had known before they moved in. Things to consider are, what are the amenities? It's important that the community you select has the things that you want to do. Some have amenities that others don't, like a cafe, racquetball court, aerobic studio, multiple pools, bocce ball. Check them out when shopping. And if you don't play golf, then don't buy into a community where golf is the big thing. You can always get into a community where there are golf courses outside the gates, and that way you're not paying for the maintenance, because that can get expensive. And then the size, communities can range in size from about 100 homes to over 1,700 homes, depending on how big you want. Some people prefer smaller communities, others prefer large, and some want just a mid-size. My personal feeling is that it's kind of easier to fit into a medium-sized community than a very large one. Amenities vary and are in direct proportion to the size of the community. The other thing you want to check is the reserves. How healthy is the reserve fund? If they run out of money, who has to pay the bills? You do. The residents, yeah. And the people are going to be important. Each community has its own flavor. Some communities are more active and more friendly and more welcoming. When visiting a community, you want to talk to some of the people in the community so you can form your own opinion. There's over 70 active adult communities in Palm Beach County alone, so we better get started. Palm Beach County is the largest county by land mass in the state of Florida, and it includes more than just swanky Palm Beach to the north or Boca Raton, known as Boca, to the south. There are almost 40 cities and towns in Palm Beach County. Total population is about 1.5 million people. There's an international airport, plenty of great restaurants, lots of shopping, cultural activities to keep you busy. Palm Beach and Boca date back to the 1920s and 30s, when the wealthy left the cold winters up north to bask in the sunshine of Florida. Florida was really developed by Henry Flagler, who developed Standard Oil with John D. Rockefeller. Flagler took his wife to Florida for her health, and he immediately recognized the potential of the area, the lack of hotels, and a solid rail system. So he was really the brainchild behind the development of Florida, which attracted tourists and the wealthy up north. Yes, there's celebrities living in the Palm Beaches, as they're collectively called. Ariana Grande is a pop singer in Boca. Kevin James, the actor, lives in Delray Beach. Bill Gates, you know him from Microsoft, Wellington, Florida. Adam Sandler, the actor-comedian, lives in Highland Beach, Florida. Michael Jordan, former Chicago Bulls star, lives in Jupiter, Florida. And the radio personality Howard Stern lives in Palm Beach. Now, there's 20 hospitals in Palm Beach County and many more in neighboring Broward and Miami-Dade counties. And there's no state income tax, and Florida doesn't tax your pension or your Social Security or income from an IRA. And there's no inheritance tax and lower property taxes than those in the high-cost states of New England. So here's some towns to consider, starting from the north and working our way down to Boca. First, at the very north part of the county is Jupiter. It's a small town, beachy vibe, and it has the Loxahatchee River for your kayaking or canoeing. And while you're paddling, you'll pass cypress trees, and you can search for birds and alligators and turtles. And you can put your toes in the sand at the Jonathan Dickinson State Park. And you want to visit the Red Lighthouse with the staircase leading to beautiful beach views. And you can buy a ticket for a Broadway-style show at the Mont's Jupiter Theater. You can buy high-end or medium-priced property. It's convenient to the intracoastal waterway. About 2 miles up the road from Jupiter is the small village of Tequesta. The Native Americans who lived there many years ago were the Tequesta Indians. It, too, is a popular retirement area, and it also has an off-leash dog beach. A popular place is Riverwalk Point, which is a rental community which has 55-plus crowd and 1, 2, and 3 bedroom options. And I always like to tell you to rent before you buy because you're just exploring. But there's fully equipped kitchens there and master bedroom retreat, walk-in closets, washer, dryer, patio, balcony with free outdoor parking. So, you want to try a place out before you spend a lot of money. So Riverwalk Point is a good place to start. Then you move to West Palm Beach, one of the best opportunities for an urban lifestyle in the county. There's lots of new condos downtown, which provide city living and walkability. There's historic neighborhoods dating to the 20s and 30s. There's also a Century Village retirement condo community for people over 55, and that's a very affordable option. You'll enjoy shopping from the vendors at the West Palm Beach Green Market on Saturdays from October through April. And you want to visit the Always Hopping City Place. It's an outdoor mall with restaurants, shops, and downtown living. The Clematis Street Historic Commercial District is a U.S. historic district located in West Palm Beach. The district runs along the 500 block of Clematis Street, and it contains 12 historic buildings. And then we go to Palm Beach. Well, Palm Beach is separated from the mainland by the Lake Worth Lagoon, and it's known for its glitzy estates, gorgeous beaches, long sandy Palm Beach Municipal Beach. And Worth Avenue is lined up with upscale boutiques and galleries and restaurants. Art and antique furnishings are displayed at the Henry Morrison Flagler Museum inside the hotel and railroad tycoon's huge Gilded Age mansion. It's incredible. It's often referred to as Millionaires Road, and the South Ocean Boulevard area is a fun place to count Bentleys and Rolls Royces. Home to the uber-rich, you'll see manicured lawns stretching out to the sparkling water, turquoise pools, and a variety of architectural styles. The Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society is a nonprofit zoological organization located at Dreher Park in West Palm Beach. The zoo has more than 550 animals. Many of them are endangered. And it's a 23-acre lush tropical habitat for those animals. Palm Beach Zoo and Conservation Society is a member of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Well, let's head on down now to Wellington. And that's about 30 miles inland from West Palm Beach. So you'll discover this city of about 65,000 residents. Money Magazine named it the best retirement city for golfers because there's 220 golf courses within 30 miles of this place. The Wellington National Golf Club and the Wycliffe Golf and Country Club are the most notable. Since the town wasn't chartered until 1995, a lot of the housing is newer and planned communities are pretty much everywhere. Horse lovers love Wellington because it's home to an internationally recognized equestrian community with a social scene to match. It offers endless opportunities to play by day and ride off into the sunset by night. Each January through April, Wellington's equestrian season leaps into action. The Winter Equestrian Festival welcomes the world's top riders for 12 weeks of competition. During Palm Beach International Polo season, you can't swing a mallet without hitting a daily event, a fieldside brunch, or a champagne-soaked party. Capping it all off is the International Gay Polo Tournament with non-stop excitement happening on and off the field. And you can find a fabulous hat for the match or a little retail therapy at the mall at Wellington Green. So if you've had enough horseplay, you'll find a variety of beaches near Wellington, like nearby Lake Worth Municipal Beach with its popular fishing pier, and the Palm Beach Municipal Beach, a public beach only steps from the shopping mecca of Worth Avenue. You could easily spend an entire day at the Wellington Environmental Preserve. That has nature trails and a 6-story observation tower and, of course, an equestrian trail. It's a designated learning area, and it reveals insights into the surrounding environment. More outdoor adventure awaits at Peaceful Water Sanctuary and Scott's Place Playground. And the communities of Buena Vida and Mayfair offer rentals, but because of the priciness of the community, prices will be higher there, not only for rentals but purchases as well, but it's well worth a visit. Let's get back in and head further down to Boynton Beach. Experience old Florida charm in Boynton Beach, and cozy restaurants and boutiques line walkable Ocean Avenue, and canopy-covered walkways lead to warm sea breezes and a wide stretch of sand at Oceanfront Park. You don't want to miss the giant blue sea turtle sculpture and life-size chessboard near the concession stand. Each October, Ocean Avenue transforms for the Haunted Pirate Fest and Mermaid Splash. Speaking of jolly buccaneers, there may be a few hanging around the City Harbor Marina. And the scenic dockside restaurants serve up frosty tropical libations. Outside of downtown, more retail therapy awaits along the Congress Avenue corridor and Renaissance Commons, while the tap room at Due South Brewing Company opens for tours and tastings of locally made craft brews. You ready to get out on the water? Well, beaches like Oceanfront Park are some of the prettiest in the area, with access to coral and artificial reefs. J.C. Park hugs the intracoastal waterway, easy access for canoes and kayaks and paddleboards. Keep an eye out for the chance to spot manatees, because they frequent the mangrove areas there. Housing is affordable here, mid-150 range and higher, and there's many communities to look at too. Now, Boca is the second largest city in the county. It has about 100,000 people within the city limits, and many more residences with Boca addresses who live outside the city limits. One of the wealthiest areas in Florida. It has an upscale vibe, and it's family friendly with lots of retirees, but there's lots of yachts and limos as well. The Boca Raton Museum of Art and concerts at the Misner Park Amphitheater will provide a lot of activities. And you want to be sure to visit the town center there, too. It's an upscale regional shopping center, and it's the largest enclosed conventional shopping mall in Palm Beach County. Another thing to remember is you can take classes or attend a lecture at the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute through the Florida Atlantic University there. Many of the older homes in Boca are in the Mediterranean Revival or Spanish style of architecture. And there's several affordable 55-plus communities. One of the largest is Century Village. So you want to investigate the master plan communities if you want a multi-generational community rather than an active adult community. Red Reef Park